Welcome to another Revive video. So what is the success rate of hypnotherapy for weight loss? Putting a percentage is kind of iffy. It isn't as simple and as linear as you would want it to be. Because when we talk about success rate, what does that even mean for each and every single individual? It's different for every single person because the goals are different for everybody. So why are people even asking for a success rate? Usually it comes down to a few things. One of them, skepticism. People think that hypnotherapy is some type of magic wand. It is not. It's more like a hybrid of life coaching and therapy on steroids because the returns on benefits come fast. It works faster, but you still have to want it. You have to want the change. Your freedom isn't compromised. You still have to show up and you still have to build consistency. We help you do exactly just that. Another one is fear of wasting money. We know that in today's economical climate, all of us are in a very vulnerable state. Traditional approaches of life coaching and therapy are way too slow and expensive, and people start but don't finish. And then, unfortunately, when they don't finish, they say it doesn't work, but they never completed it in the first place. That's one of the reasons why I honestly moved away from traditional models of life coaching and therapy. They're way too freaking slow. With cognitive hypnotherapy, yeah, you may pay more for each session, but you need fewer sessions, so that means that in the long term, you save more. And more importantly, you leave with the tools that allow you to sustain the result long term without depending on the life coach or the therapist to sustain those mental gains. Another one is comparison mindset. People compare themselves constantly, but the only person that you should really be comparing yourself is to yourself, becoming a stronger, better version of yourself every single day. Comparison is insecurity, it is low self-esteem, and it doesn't get fixed by looking at someone else. It gets fixed by keeping your own promises to yourself. That's how you establish good, powerful self-esteem and confidence. Guarantees is another one that people talk about. Here's the only guarantee. I want you to get closer for this one. You stop being half-assed. Yeah, you heard me. Stop half-assing things. You execute whether you like it or not. There are no shortcuts. This isn't Ozempic. So what does success really look like? Is success just weight on the scale? No. Weight fluctuates way too much. Cortisol, sodium, glycogen, sleep, digestion. If you rely on the scale alone, you're reacting emotionally to noise, not results. Real success is behavior change because most people don't have a weight problem. They have a pattern problem. So the behavior change. People are generally reactive and addictive to sugar, and they remove sugar and get addicted to fast results. And even when the fast results are on their way and almost getting there and almost on the last few legs to get to the goal, they self-sabotage themselves again. So you go from sugar, impatience, and then back to inconsistency. People during weight loss also get addicted to excuses, inconsistency. Well, inconsistency, I'm mentioning it again. Instant gratification. And yes, avoiding discomfort. This one is very difficult, and I've seen so many people avoiding discomfort. Success is breaking those patterns. Self-sabotage and boredom. A lot of people are used to the struggle. So when things get well, when things go well, they get bored. And boredom feels really uncomfortable. So they create problems again. That is a self-sabotage. Let me ask you something. If I removed your cravings right now, and you had full control, would you actually follow through? Or will you still find a way to fall off? Because for a lot of people, it's not cravings, it's the identity. Boredom eating, not hunger. Dopamine. Dopamine stimulation. When there's no structure, your brain looks for something, and food becomes the easiest option. That is a loop. Discipline, on the other hand, when it comes to discipline, the lack of it, the lack of discipline, the lack of structure, when people don't know how to compartmentalize and prioritize one thing at a time, that's the biggest problem today. And the biggest problem today, one of the examples is the phone. You're constantly switching from one thing to the other, from one activity to the other, from one focus to the other. People don't need more information, they need more execution. Now, willpower is not infinite. You have more in the morning and it depletes as the day goes by. But if you have poor sleep and poor structure in the first place, you already start with diminishing returns when it comes to everything else. But through sleep and structure, if someone just tells you use willpower, that doesn't work, period. Now, the reason why hypnotherapy works so well, talking logic alone does not fix the behavior. You can understand everything and still not change because your subconscious isn't fully involved. Traditional therapy and traditional coaching can work, but they're too slow for people. Now we go back to where the pattern started. We identify emotional patterns, behavioral loops through emotional connections, because everything is connected. When we regulate the emotional layer first, you feel more in control. And now behavior becomes more efficient and less able to bring problems because it becomes way easier, not forced. Emotional eating is emotional dysregulation. Boredom is a lack of meaningful engagement. Discipline loops, no mastery of doing things when you do not want to. I've had clients come in doing everything right on paper, good caloric deficit, working out 3 to 4 times a week, cycling the carbs, getting their sleep right, but still sabotaging themselves every single weekend. Not because they didn't know what to do, they were informed, well informed, but because emotionally they were not aligned with the goal yet. Hypnotherapy fixes what's underneath, not just the surface. So to close, you have to commit. You have to actually want it. If you've been inconsistent, that is what you need to focus on first. That's what you fix first. You keep promises to yourself, even when you don't feel like it. And get the phone out of your face, for real. That's one of the biggest problems right now. People are becoming addicted to stimulation, switching constantly to and there, to and from, back and forth, and side to side. Stop. There are no shortcuts. If you want a strong, lean, healthy body, you have to change your lifestyle. If your lifestyle doesn't change, your body will not either. Lifestyle change starts emotionally, then it influences your thoughts, then your behavior, and all three reinforce each other. A lot of programs sell you fast results, water weight, quick drops, good marketing, but not suitable for long, sustainable fat loss. If you're serious about this and you're tired of starting over and over again, yo-yo dieting, then stop trying to figure it out alone. We'll help you fix what's underneath. If you bring your best, we take care of the rest. What's your experience with fat loss? Have you started a fat loss program that gave you results, but then you didn't finish, or you dropped off, or you got to your goal, but you couldn't sustain it? Leave your comments below so that I can read them. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.